My expectation and prediction for 2025 will be, with everything mentioned above, President Trump is a wild card as we all know, and he has demonstrated constant changes on his policy, so the market will not be short of shock or surprises in 2025. And I'm expecting financial market will also be extreme. Welcome to the first episode of the USA Update, where I provided you with the most up-to-date economical, political, and geostrategic analysis on the world #1 economy. I'm your host, Cody, and let's jump right in. So let's address the elephant in the room. What happened at the Oval Office in February 28, 2025? Trump demanded Ukraine give U.S. companies minimal rights in exchange for continuous military aid. Zelensky refused, calling it an unacceptable deal. Things got heated fast. Trump paused all U.S. military aid, saying Ukraine is gambling with World War III. So why does this matter? If Trump sticks to this decision, it could end the unlimited U.S. support for Ukraine. NATO might have to take the lead in the war. Russia loves hearing this though. So if we take a step back, why is U.S. helping Ukraine in the first place? With $1 billion in annual U.S. trade with the continent, stable European markets are crucial for the exports of American companies and workers with 1 in 5 U.S. jobs depending on international trade. Europe also remains America's 5th largest market for agricultural exports. So why do stock investors panic following the meeting? It looked like we were moving towards progress on a peace deal or a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine, and maybe now that gets to come on hold. You might have to price in a little bit more uncertainty. With all this panic happening, you might be looking at the defense stock on each side of the continent. If you look at the graph here, you can see the defensive stock both on the US continental and the European side before and after the meeting. So you can see a clear loser is Lockheed Martin and Raytheon. Big US firms are relying on government contracts, so if the aid dries up, so do deals. Now, on the other hand, if you look at the European defense stocks like Northrop Grumman, Rheinmetall, and base system, you will see that it actually rise right after the meeting because they're expecting more contracts and more activity and more orders to keep the support for Ukraine going. And the obvious question might be, will NATO fill in the gap? My expectation and prediction for 2025 will be, with everything mentioned above, President Trump is a wild card as we all know, and he has demonstrated constant changes on his policy, so the market will not be short of shock or surprises in 2025. And I'm expecting financial market will also be extremely volatile and range-bound without clear direction for the most of 2025. On a side note, if you're getting value from the USA Update, I have a big favor to ask you. It's just to hit that like button and subscribe. It's only 2 clicks, but it's a tremendous amount of help to the channel. So if you think this channel is worth the 2 clicks, I'll really appreciate the help. And let's get right back into the video. So here are some actionable tips for you. Home builders indicator is a leading indicator of gauging consumers' confidence. As you can see on the chart, one of the reasons of the sell-off is the large, deep dark pools of home builders as it make another all-time high since 15 years ago. For people who doesn't know dark pool is the money where big whales try to make trades where they don't want retail investors to see, and they make those in the dark pools. And on another note, home builders fund set for a biggest ever monthly outflow. As we see in this chart, it has been selling off in record levels in most recent time frame. What has been confirmed is the US consumer confidence is trending downwards, which indicates an upcoming slowing economy. Although not good for growth, but will help inflation rates to stabilize, which leads to more conviction on interest rate cuts. Besides looking at the indicator like home builders confidence, I also look at the overall ETF performing in the US stock market. Leaders of the US ETF group are consumer staples, healthcare, and utility. And the reason for that is when people feel uncertainty in the market, they want to put their money somewhere that has traditionally been doing well with all the volatility and paying them a great amount of dividend. So that's why they put their money in healthcare, utility, and consumer staples, all these necessity industry. Most of the defensive stock that are leading, which is no surprises as they are more resilient to the downturn. Besides those two factors, I also look at Berkshire Hathaway's cash holding, which is controlled by the GOAT of the investing world, Warren Buffett. So as you can see, right before 2008, Berkshire Hathaway's cash reserve has risen to 25%, which is an all-time high. And recently, this cash reserve has again exceeded 25% of their overall asset management. So this makes a lot of investors thinking, what does Warren Buffett know that we don't? If the Warren Buffett is holding less stocks, does it mean he is seeing a crash? Personally, I don't think so. I just think that he thinks a lot of the assets are overvalued right now and it does not fit his criteria. That's why he is holding a lot of cash. And Warren Buffett is putting all these cash into a traditionally more safe investment like treasury bills that's paying him about 4%. With the inflation in the US market being sticky, the interest rate cut is becoming less likely in the US. So the treasury bills are paying around 4% might seem appealing with almost zero risk. Besides those three factors, I also like to look at the debt to asset ratio of each different household income groups and percentiles. In all the income groups, there's a trend of holding less debt relatively to asset on average. The largest debt is namely mortgage, which shows a slowdown in obtaining mortgage for real estate. We can see that across all income percentile, since 2008, there's a downtrend of the debt to asset ratio. That means that every income group is significantly less leveraged relative to history. If you like my content so far, you're probably wondering what's my background. I was born in Taiwan and became a first generation of immigrant to Canada at the age of 18. What about you? Which part of the world are you from? Let me know in the comment section. Before I go, I want to add more value to this video. I also have my personal investing channel called Cody Yeh Investing, where I focus on educating people like yourself in stock option investing. If you're interested, you can click on the link here to watch the video with over 300,000 views. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in 2 days.
Liftoff of mission 41B, the first flight of the Orbital Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower. Discovery's core computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.